Hey guys, Romie here, so please like, comment, subscribe. Again, this is The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 2, Episode 7, Over the River and Through the Woods. Now, the episode starts off with Monique, and I do have to apologize. I know this is up late. I'm doing this, coming after work on Monday, and I couldn't do a Sunday because of the Billboard Music Awards, but actually, I was coming from visiting a family member who isn't doing too well, so that's why it's up late. So I do apologize. Normally it would be up, a couple hours after the show is done. So let's jump right into this. Oh, we have Monique, and she's going to one of her houses. The first house that her and Chris bought together. And she has Hank, who's her cousin, her baby cousin, as she says. And people like Hank and her assistant, she's grooming them so that they can become responsible enough to handle the daily responsibilities that they're supposed to handle. Like Hank's supposed to be in charge of, I guess, maintaining the house, almost being like the landlord, if you will, because Monique is going to rent the house out instead of just selling it because she loves it and it's paid off. So why wouldn't you do that? Karen is off at this PAVE company, and PAVE is this organization, and this organization that helps, women who've gone through sexual assault, some type of physical abuse, sexual abuse. And Karen, this is where she tells us that she made sure that she gave Raven self-defense training and to fight back. And I was trying to figure out, aside from that being her baby, I always knew that there was something else, because she had that look of she really wanted to say something else, but it never came out. And now we know what it is. Karen was sexually assaulted. She was raped. She was raped when, as a college student. She was raped. She went on this date with this guy who she didn't really feel comfortable with. Her antennas were going off, but people were just like, yeah, just go out, just go out. So she went out with him anyway, and really before she knew it, they never got to wherever they were supposed to go for their date. And she said how her soul just felt like it left her body, and that was the only way she was able to cope, because she was like, that's what she only realized what happened, afterwards, when she really thought about it, like, oh my God. And she kept it a secret and kept it inside for years, and she's, because of what normally happens to a lot of people who are raped or sexually assaulted, period, they go and make some crazy life decisions afterward because that's their way of coping, i.e. not really coping. And Karen just wants to make sure that she's a part of an organization that really understands the importance of protecting, not just women, but also men from sexual assault and from assault, period. And I'm really proud of Karen for divulging, because that's big, that's huge. So I said, oh dang, they're giving us something so, even the founder of the company, she was kidnapped. So I was just like, what all these things. But we get to the foolishness that is Giselle, and this time her partner in crime, Robyn. Robyn's talking about how she's irked and irritated with Ashley, and so she wants to go and confront Ashley. I said, fine, that makes sense. You have a problem with her? Don't talk behind her back. Say it to her face. No problems. Until Giselle's going and egging her on. This is like, I don't like Ashley either, because we knew Giselle didn't like Ashley. Just like I said, like I've been saying, it's not that she ever actually liked Ashley, it's just that Monique came in and took over Ashley's place as far as how Giselle feels, been occupying her time, but now all eyes are on Ashley. And on the night that Ashley's restaurant was booming, and I'm sure it was probably recently that they started to gain steam. I don't know if they did maybe some type of marketing blitz, but people are there, it's busy. Her employees are just like, we're not used to working, so we're quitting, we're calling out, we can't do this. So now she has to go and be the hostess, now she has to go and be the waiter, waitress. And she's like, this is hard work. Here comes Giselle and Robyn. They come in. I said, no, we're not doing this. We're not doing this. Are we really doing this right now? Yeah. So they go into her place of business and they have it out with her. Robyn just wants you to keep her name out of your mouth, and her husband's, and her ex, and whatever she has going on relationship wise, keep it out of your mouth. And I said, that's fine, because you're doing too much. Why are you going to bring up all this stuff? Why are you going? Yeah, that's the thing. Ashley kept nitpicking, kept bringing up and up and up and up. Ever since Ashley, before she even knew Robyn was doing this. So I understand why Robyn has this whole preconceived notion to say enough is enough. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that now. The whole finger pointing, like you need to, I say, oh, here we go. We're not doing this. We're not doing this today. But Ashley, I can't believe she was asking, like, wait, but what did I do? What did I do? That's the problem. The fact that you didn't even think that you did anything wrong is the issue. So when someone tells you to stop and you keep going, that's when you're in the wrong. And that's what Ashley was doing in relation to Robyn. But why was Giselle going in and chiming in and, yeah, I need to go and leave Charisse alone? I said, excuse me, Charisse is a grown woman. She can handle herself. Why are you going? And now this is a 2-on-1 situation where it doesn't need to be. Okay, you're backing up Robyn. Okay, you're giving facts on when Ashley was doing too much, going and, telling everyone about Juan and then reiterating it and then doing it while he was just right across the courtyard. We get it. We got it. But Giselle, why do you feel the need to go and do all that? And now people in the restaurant are looking like, what the heck is going on there? I said, we're not doing this today. We're not doing this today. I'm glad that, what's the child's name? Robyn got to speak her mind. I am, and I'm happy she told it to Ashley to her face. Robyn's good for that. So we're all good on that front. I just wish that it didn't happen at her place of business. But it kind of reminds me of what just happened, what was it, the episode 2 episodes ago when her and Charisse had the falling out, and it was at that woman's business. Now, no one was really there at the time, or at least in that general area of her shop, but still. And then Giselle, when they're leaving, like, oh, who wants to eat emu anyway? And because it's like Giselle was saying, oh, you need to worry about you and your failing restaurant and failing marriage. I said, excuse me? So they actually said in her confessional, how is that when didn't you need to worry about your husband going sleeping around and having babies with all the congregation? I said, oh. Now, you should have said that at the restaurant. But no, I respect the fact that Ashley was trying to keep it cool, calm, collected because she was at work. So you can't go and act a plumb fool at work even when you really, really, really want to. So she went and told Michael. Michael was just like, are you kidding me? Finally, when business is picking up, and this is when this happens, maybe I need to go over to their place of business and do this. Well, how can you do that when don't they just go and do speeches and not even get paid for it? They just go and do speeches for charity. That's great, but they don't really do anything. I said, when you have all that money, what's wrong with just being a fundraiser? But anyway, I get what she's saying. Charisse goes and she thinks that she needs to have a conversation with Raven, not with Raven, with Skylar regarding her marriage ending and her husband not coming home and all of that. And Skylar said, okay, Mom, because of his job, now she kept it very professional, made sure not to make her father look bad or sound bad because I'm sure she doesn't have any ill will towards him. That's her dad. She said, he wasn't really there. He wasn't really there. Yes, he was working, but because of that, he wasn't really there. And it kind of says a lot that even though he no longer has his job in New Jersey, he's still there. And I said, see, we already knew she was smart. We already knew the son was smart. Why are we pretending like they wouldn't understand what's going on? And of course, Charisse, I'm glad that she did have the conversation to at least be honest with her daughter and just put it out there. But I think the daughter's mostly like, Mom, are you okay? Are you good? And sometimes it's like that. And it's great when you have that relationship with your kids where you don't just have to be the strong one. You can rely on them. That's a beautiful thing. That's how it really should be. Be able to, like, just every once in a while, like, oh, okay, I just need a moment. And they got you. So that was nice. I do like the fact that Monique has a great relationship with her husband, Chris. They went fishing. They were having fun. They were talking about how they started off as friends. I think they waited 4 years until they actually started to date. And it's just like, no, of course I wasn't with him for the money. We have a lot in common. And here's the thing. We see these clips of her talking to her pastor, and when her pastor said you need to apologize for calling Giselle a trick, and Monique's even acknowledged she didn't feel right about saying that. It didn't feel good, just having that type of energy. And so she's going to go and talk to Giselle. I said, okay, shout out to you. Why did Chris catch an eel? He called it an eel. I'm thinking, oh, okay, a snapper. An eel. An eel. An eel. An eel. But they go and they throw it back in, and we're done with that. Mind you, again, I like their relationship. I really do like their relationship. Uh, Karen, she's doing some community service work with some young girls. They're outside, they're planting flowers. And Karen talks about how her and Giselle actually knew each other first because they would go to different events, either fundraising or charity events or volunteer events. I said, that's nice. That's nice. And I wish we see more of that, and I see that they're trying to incorporate that more in season 2. And they get away from the girls to go and talk about some mess. Karen says, hey, how you doing? So I'm going to have this organization for the PAVE organization. I'd love for you to be there. It's like, okay, of course. And she talks about the spiel of what the organization's all about. But she brings up the fact that she's going to invite Ashley. Giselle makes sure that she doesn't mention the fact that she went and kind of ambushed Ashley at her place of business because she knows the Grand Dame wouldn't appreciate that. But we get into some other news because then they talk about, oh, and Monique is going to be invited as well. So it's like Karen says she likes her. Anyone that can talk as much as she can, she likes. I said, okay. But since you're my friend, I do need to tell you something. She said she called you a trick. What? When did she say that? When you were gone. Oh, so I wasn't there. Yes. Oh, okay. Oh, well, guess what? A trick. Well, I guess someone like her would only know things that, words are 4 letters and no class, no home training. When you marry into money, you don't have your own, and minimum vernacular. I said, look, I don't know why. I don't know why Giselle doesn't realize that this doesn't make her look good. Even if that were true, which is not. What she's saying, even if it was true, which is not, this what doesn't make you look good. And I know you do care about being liked on the show. In real life, probably not. But at least on the show, yeah. So I don't understand why you would say these things, because you're insulting a lot of people who more so can identify and see part of themselves in a Monique versus you. Now, back at home, we see Robyn. She's putting in work, and her whole goal is she's talking to Juan. Why? Because I really try to see how I can say this, so I'm just going to say it. I didn't realize that basketball, it's like celebrity basketball stuff. I know that a lot of stuff is paid, but for some reason, I thought that it was usually charity. I thought that normally it's like, okay, you have your kid sign up, and if he gets in, or if she gets in, then they could go in for free. Maybe you just have to pay your way as far as them either getting there. I didn't realize that they could go and set up a quick little basketball. And I know, again, money, but I thought it was more so on a charity thing versus. But hey, if that's how he's going to make some quick cash, then there's nothing wrong with it. He's clearly talented, clearly can teach a kid something great. He's over the scene. That's why I'm talking like this. He definitely was giving her short answers. He definitely was saying, look, I don't have time for this type of attitude. She was like, oh, okay, because she was creating the flyers. She was telling him when you're going to get your haircut so you can take the pictures for the promo for it. And he just seemed really irked. So when he went upstairs, that's when we finally heard the truth. He is over her and over this relationship. He is only there because of the kids. He was like, if the kids weren't there, he would have left a long time ago. He was telling this to a producer, but you have to make sure that microphone is off. Not off of your persons, but actually turned off. Because if both microphones aren't off, then they're going to get you. Whether it's his own or if the producer's mic was on. Either way, he's like, I'm done with this, all this TV stuff. And I can see it. He definitely doesn't look like he's comfortable with having his life just televised, especially since he's not in a relationship he's necessarily happy to be in. So then we move on. And I said, oh, Robyn, when you see this, you better go and decide for yourself. I'm done. It's over. It's not what you think, because she thinks that she just has the ability to snap her fingers and he'll come back. Oh, is she wrong? Ashley goes and has a meeting with her family. Her younger brother's going to college. relatively close by, so of course he calls and asks for things. But it's fine because not only is he in college, part of his education is to go and what was it, to build like a water system in India or something like that. I said, okay, can we just clap for that before he gets to the mess? I just want to clap for that before he gets to the mess. Because Ashley sits down and her mother was ready. Her mother was ready to go because Ashley was saying how all these women, they came into my place of business and they were going and verbally attacking me and ganging up on me, and I don't understand why they were doing all this while they need to just go and worry about their own relationships. Go and worry about their own relationships. Mind you, the issue is you keep meddling in theirs. That's why they were mad. Now, should they have gone to your place of business? Even I said no. But you keep constantly doing whatever you want. So now let's see how you like it when other people go and do whatever they want. Because she was getting her mom gassed up, riled up. And for what? Getting her mom gassed up, riled up for what? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't understand it. I don't understand why she really, it wasn't even half the, it was a complete misrepresentation of the truth. So we're getting past that because that's all you need to know. Because her mom says, like, you need to go and do something. I said, what? You need to get buck right back at them. I said, what? Oh, okay, Ashley's mom. Okay, we're not inviting you to anything else where the ladies are, because who knows? Who knows? Robyn agrees. She goes and see Dr. Jeff, and Charisse is there for moral support. They're just in the restaurant, so it could be a nice, open, and therapeutic moment. And it was, because once Charisse started to ask her questions about Juan and her relationship with him and how she feels and if she's really happy and all of that, she starts to cry. Because Dr. Jeff was asking her essentially that, and she starts to cry. And that's when we knew for sure that she even knew that there's something wrong, and she acknowledges that maybe therapy can help because there is a problem. You know it's a problem. You just don't know what it is. You don't realize it yet, but you know something's off. And you'll know soon enough. You'll know soon enough. Now we get to Karen's event, and everything's going well. I said, oh, look at Karen in red with the bundles in. Look at Karen looking good. Everyone looking good. They're there. Before everyone sits down, Karen makes sure to tell Ashley, we're going to keep this calm, cool, and collected. We're not going to go and make any fuss here at this event. You got it? Okay, I got it. I'm good. You look great. You look great. Oh, I love the sparkles. Now, Robyn comes along with Giselle, and Ashley sees them and says, you know what? I'm grown enough to say, hey, how are you? And I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Robyn, even though she's the main person who should have the issue with Ashley, cordial, said, hi, how are you? You look nice. Giselle, like, oh, hey, how are you? Look cool. I said, you know what, Giselle, I get it. I guess some people will say, oh, well, at least she wasn't faking the funk. It's not faking the funk. It's being mature. There's a lot of people you don't like, but you still have to go and be cordial with them to make sure that you don't cause any problems or make any waves. So I'm glad that Ashley put the best foot forward. Just like, oh, do you think she has an ulterior motive? That seems kind of shady. Seems kind of shady. Robyn said, excuse me, why would her trying to do something nice be? No, she seemed cool. There's no problems. Now, everyone's there. They're there to sit down. I thought it was interesting that Charisse wasn't sitting with her friend, Monique, even though Monique was the one who is one of Charisse's closest friends, but she chose to sit down with Giselle and Robyn. And I'm like, okay, obviously it's because Ashley's there, and you can't tell me any different. Don Lemon was the first one to go up there, and he talks about how when he came out, was when he also acknowledged the fact that he was raped by a close family friend of his mother's, that close family friend's son, and his friends went and raped him. And I was like, oh my God, what the hell? So it's good to see a male perspective. And then Karen went and talked about the fact that she was raped as well. And everyone's just like, oh my God, like, what? And so they all have a newfound respect for her. We all have a newfound respect for Karen. Shout out to Karen. And we were all thinking, okay, this is fine. This is cool. This is great until we get to the foolishness. Because I said, oh, Lord Jesus, there's still time left. Oh, there's still... Oh! Ashley and Monique, they try to have a conversation with Charisse and Giselle. Ashley wants to go and talk to Charisse about what happened, clear the air. And Charisse doesn't want to do it. And so then Giselle starts talking for her. I said, excuse me. So then Monique jumps in and says, why should I want to talk to you? It's like, oh, okay. But now we're here. Okay, cool. Well, can you give me your number? Da, da, da. It's like, okay. Now I was wondering if maybe because all the people around the camera, she didn't want to do it right then and there, even though you can blur it out. That was one thing. But that was wrong. I knew that wasn't the case, but I was like, let me go and be the hopeful optimist. No. But she goes away. She's like, what's wrong with her? That's so hood. Why would you go and, put your phone in someone's face and all this stuff? I said, excuse me, Charisse, this is your cue to say that didn't happen, which I think she did say. So I'm going to go and just give it to her that she wasn't really playing into the Giselle thing too much because she was more so focused on the whole Ashley thing. But both of them were coming with good intentions. But I found it interesting that neither of them wanted to go and really be around Monique and Ashley, even though Charisse and Monique are friends. That's the thing I don't like. So I wonder if that's going to cause an eventual divide, or if it's just like understood that okay, you didn't want to talk, and I was cool with her, so she was around. That's why you didn't want to go and hang out. Got it, no problems. But I don't like people like that. I don't. Please like, comment, subscribe. Watch. I did my review for the Billboard Music Awards, so please watch that if you're interested. And also shout to BTS and K-pop.